What's up, everybody? I'm Sly, the movie guy. Here's where I rank all three Bad Boys films from the worst to the best with Bad Boys for Life. The film came out this year. I did a review on this film on my channel. You can check it out. You can click on that circle icon on top. And by the end of this video, let me know where you rank all your three Bad Boys films from the worst to the best with Bad Boys for Life. We all gonna have different opinions, which film we like the most and stuff. I know a lot of people love the first one. I know a lot of people love the second one. I know a lot of people recently this year love the Bad Boys for Life. A lot of people raved about that, loved that film and stuff like that. Took 17 years to get the film and stuff. Hey, we all gonna have like different opinions which film we like the most and stuff. And there's no right or wrong here and stuff when it comes to these films, because we got pretty much, I think, pretty much everybody loved all three of the films because Martin Lawrence, Will Smith chemistry. Everybody loved them on screen together and stuff. The buddy cop films. So, and I'm one of the people, I love all three of these films, but hey, one of them is at number one, is in number 2 and 3, some last place and stuff. So there's, like I said, there's no right or wrong. I love all three of these films, but hey, one of these films gonna be at number 1. And with all that being said, let's just get started. Bad Boys 2. Despite it being at number 3, I could pop this in DVD player if it was like summertime. Pop it in DVD player and watch it, because this film I absolutely have a blast with and stuff. I mean, Martin Lawrence, Will Smith chemistry absolutely works once again, the second time in the second installment film. Adding in Gabrielle Union in there in the mix of it really absolutely works. Those three, their chemistry on screen is absolutely fantastic. Man, it's a joy to watch on screen. And Dan Marino's cameo appearance in the film, which puts a smile on my face since I'm a football fan. And since the movie takes place in Miami, Florida, say, hey, and Dan Marino played for the Miami Dolphins quarterback, if you know football. Hey, I loved it. I mean, the chemistry and Dan Marino cameo appearance, I think all that works and stuff. And some of the action in this movie, I'll say I enjoyed, but there's where I had a little issues with number 2. And this is directed by Michael Bay, so that plays part of that. I mean, the action in this movie is great and it's good. Some of the action scenes are like mind-blowing, but there's some action in this movie that was just kind of like all over the place and stuff. But again, this is a Michael Bay film, so Michael Bay, so it's like Michael Bay in the first movie had fun with the action in the first movie. Then the second movie was just like all this bunch of explosions and stuff and all that. And some of it just didn't stay focused. The camera shots and stuff when it came to the car chase scenes and stuff. So dealing with the characters and stuff when it came to Martin Lawrence, Will Smith, where they're back and forth dialogue and stuff with the camera work and stuff and the explosion and stuff. Some of the action was good, just some of it was just kind of like all out there. And I like a good, like, kind of like structured action in the films and stuff when it comes to action movies. And some of the action just wasn't well utilized here in this film. And some of it was just kind of like, oh, wow, whoa, slow down, Michael Bay. Some of it I was like, oh, this is kind of like out there and stuff. Especially when it comes to the third act, I just couldn't like stay focused on what some of the action was going on. I was like, whoa, what's going on? and stuff. But hey, like I said, some of the action really works here in this film. Some of it works. Another thing is the film is like 2 hours and 20 minutes. This is the longest film in the franchise here. And it did it have to be that long? It didn't have to. I mean, like I said, as an example of a summer action film, if you have friends over, yes, it pays off. But as like a rewatchability of this film, I think it kind of hurts because the movie's over 2 hours and 20 minutes, and the plot of it and stuff kind of like is like so stretched out that you're kind of like saying, and by when you get to that like the hour and 30 or 40 minutes, you're kind of like drained out and stuff. Like, okay, what's going on here? So some of the storylines and stuff just kind of not like cohesive enough here in this film. Some of it I can get, but the movie was just too long, and it could have been like shorter. The first one was like an hour and 50 minutes. This one was just kind of like 2 hours of stretch of long run time. But hey, Michael Bay done it with the Transformers films and stuff, so I think it could have been a little bit shorter. It probably would have made the film a little bit tighter. But hey, for the most part, I enjoy this film. I highly recommend this film. I say check this film out if you haven't seen it yet. This is a fun, enjoyable film. Martin Lawrence, Will Smith chemistry absolutely works. The comedy works in this film, so hey, this is a fun summer film, like I said, and I highly recommend you checking it out if you haven't seen it yet. Bad Boys 1995. Wow. This is like one of my favorite movies. I mean, this is like Michael Bay's like first directorial film, and his second film, that came out closer with this film in the 90s called The Rock, that came out in 1996. I highly recommend that film if you haven't seen it yet. It starred Nicolas Cage, Sean Connery. Absolutely another like buddy cop action film. But man, Bad Boys 1995, man, this is like nostalgia. I love this movie, man. This Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. This was our like first time seeing those two on screen, two on screen and stuff like that, and their chemistry is absolutely freaking amazing. I mean, Martin Lawrence did a show during the 90s, Martin, and then Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now this is a story all around now. Man, those two did their own did their own sitcoms, and then during the 90s, and this film came out in 1995, putting those two together, oh, you're kind of like wondering, how's that gonna work? A rapper and a comedian in a buddy cop film. You're kind of like during the 90s, like, and the movie news wasn't as big, but I mean, if Twitter, Instagram came out saying Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in the same movie, it would go bananas. You'd be like, huh, how can this work? How can that work? It works. It's just magic, man. It absolutely pays off here. I really, really enjoy it, man. Their chemistry on screen, it just, from day one, it was just like, yes, we want more films. More films with these two. They're just absolutely fantastic. Man, the comedy works with the chemistry and stuff, everything. And adding Tia Loney in there, with if you pronounce the actor's name wrong, you could check on the bottom right here, the title. Just she is absolutely, her chemistry with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith absolutely pays off. And Joe can't pronounce the actor's name that is like the police chief and stuff like that. Absolutely, he's good in this film. Everything works here, and like I said, I won't talk more about the comedy. The comedy is absolutely fantastic here. I mean, when it came to the police chief and Martin Lawrence in one of the scenes where the chief is just shooting basketball, telling Martin Lawrence and them what they need to do during this case and stuff, where Tia Loney's like the protective witness and stuff like that. All that, the comedy where he's shooting the hoops and stuff, he keep missing. All that was funny. I absolutely had a blast. I love that scene. It's funny. All the other comedy stuff works when it came to like Will Smith apartment scene and stuff and all that with the dogs and stuff like that. All that was great. The comedy really works. And I say the action and the storyline, not perfect, but you can say that for all action movies. Not all action movies have perfect plot and action. There's some flaws here. But I think the action and the storyline absolutely is cohesive here. I think it's not, like I said, not well perfect, but I think it's a little bit more focused here. I enjoyed some of the action here. Some of the action scenes were great, though, here in this film. When it came to Martin Lawrence, Will Smith and stuff like that. And the storyline absolutely is like cohesive. I absolutely like bought into like what was happening from beginning, middle, and end and stuff, where it was all going into and stuff. When a wild like things were happening in a situation where one of our characters get hit on the head in one of the scenes and stuff, and one had to and one is doing like the other and stuff. I thought all that works well in this film. I absolutely loved it. This is one of could be like one of my favorite buddy cop films in the 90s and stuff. I was ranked like my favorite buddy cop films in the 90s. This might be there with Rush Hour or Lethal Weapon, stuff like that. So I absolutely enjoyed this film, and I highly recommend this film if you haven't seen it yet. Bad Boys for Life at number 1. You kind of knew you kind of knew this was going to happen. I mean, Bad Boys for Life, absolutely fantastic film. Man, I absolutely enjoyed this. It took long. Like I said in the beginning of my video, it's 17 years. It took 17 years to get this movie. I mean, if you see my review, I said how it took long how long it took the movie and stuff. What year it tried to come out, like in 2018, 2019, stuff like that. They tried to get this movie off the ground and stuff. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to work and stuff. They having trouble getting this movie. And they said it's finally going to come out 2020. And I was just like, oh, I don't know. Oh, please let it be good. And it was just good. Man, I absolutely enjoyed this movie. It's absolutely one of my favorite films out of the first two. And so, like I said, I love the first two. But number three, man, and the directors that was involved in it, can't pronounce their names. You could right here. They just absolutely did a fantastic job here. Man, the Martin Lawrence and Will Smith chemistry, it had not lost the spark. And I was absolutely feared while going in. I was like, these actors, they're up in age, so, and they took long to make this movie. So I was like, are the chemistry gonna stay together? And it absolutely does. Their chemistry was just woo. And this movie does leave open for the fourth installment. So I can't wait for that. But man, the action in this movie is good. And what makes the action good in this movie, it was at stakes here. It was like I was feared like for the most part. It was like our main character's like in danger. I mean, the first two, like I said, they were good and stuff, but I did not really feel like our main character was in danger. But here, the action was just intense here. It was just like, it was just so realistic. I did not know like one of our characters was going to survive or not in this film. I was just like, oh my God. I was just like, whoa, what's going to happen? What? And stuff. And the villain here is great. I mean, the plot twist and stuff and the backstory and stuff what involves where our characters and stuff like that, the backstory and stuff left you surprised and stuff and all that. It absolutely works. The villain just really works here with the backstory stuff. And just the villains in the first two, which I didn't mind, they were okay, but they're not memorable. Here, the villain here in this film, I just was like, whoa. This is just like a breath of fresh air. I just love the villain here. Like I said, the plot twist and the backstory and stuff, it just makes the movie so different from the first two. It just left you like twists and turns. You didn't know what was going to happen. You're like, whoa, wow. It's just like one of those action movies. You didn't know what was coming. You just was surprised. And Bad Boys for Life just gave me everything. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence performance here in this film is absolutely great. And pivotal scenes, I absolutely felt that. I mean, when it came to Martin Lawrence, Will Smith, it didn't feel. I really care for these characters so much than the first two. Like I said, I love these characters in the first two, but it was like some certain scenes were just like taken serious and stuff. And you're just like, wow. And the comedy and the serious moments absolutely blending well. And some movies don't know how to dwell with don't know how to blend with the seriousness and the comedy. And I thought they absolutely worked in this film, and I thought this movie absolutely pays off. Not a world perfect film, but hey, it was enough to give me the enjoyment in the movie theaters, and I absolutely enjoyed this movie, and that's why it's my number one movie in this ranking, and I absolutely love Bad Boys for Life, and that's pretty much it. Like I said in the beginning of the video, let me know in the comment section down below where you rank all your Bad Boys films from the worst to your best. Let me know. Like I said, we all have different opinions. I would love to know where you rank them at. Hey, I love all these films, but hey, I know a lot of people might have number two and number one, Bad Boys for Life at number one. So hey, it's all for fun. I can't wait to see everybody's rankings. Yeah, let me know. Put your rankings down in the comment section down below. And don't forget to check out my review on the channel. Click on that circle icon on top. And that's pretty much it. And as always, if you like this video, click thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe and the bell button. That's why I can see you next time on Slide the Movie Guy. Peace.